The Serpents and the Porcupine. Thousands of years ago, before men lived in Southeast Asia, much of the area was covered by a sea. The sea was ruled by two serpents. In the northern part of this sea lived the serpent Pinta Yanokwati, and in the southern part lived the serpent Thana Moon. Now, serpents are large creatures. They must eat a lot of food just to remain alive, and they must eat a lot more in order not to be hungry. Unfortunately, neither Pinta Yanokwati nor Thana Moon ever had enough to eat. One day, they met in the middle of the sea and agreed to work together to find their food. When one serpent caught something to eat, he was to share it with the other. For many months, this worked out very well. That is, except for these animals the serpents caught. Pinta Yanokwati and Thana Moon were no longer hungry. At the southern edge of the sea were mountains and forests where many wild beasts lived. One day, an enormous elephant fell off a cliff into the sea and was drowned. Thana Moon found the elephant, and according to their agreement, he took it to Pinta Yanokwati. "Look at this elephant I have just caught," he said. "We'll have so much food today that we won't be hungry for days." It was true. For several days the serpents were so full that they did not need anything to eat. But even a meal of half an elephant cannot last forever, and soon the serpents were hungry again. At the northern edge of the sea were woods and fields. Many smaller animals lived there. One day a porcupine fell into the water and drowned. Pinta Yanokwati found the porcupine. It was not very big, and he was very hungry. He wanted to eat all of it, but he remembered the agreement and took it to Thana Moon. But the porcupine is covered with sharp quills, which even a serpent cannot eat. So Pinta Yanokwati took the quills off the porcupine before he gave Thana Moon half of it. When Thana Moon had eaten his part of the little porcupine, he was as hungry as ever. He saw the quills and thought, "Pinta Yanokwati has not given me half." He knew the animal was very small and he wanted to keep some only for himself. He has broken our agreement. The more Thana Moon thought about the quills, the angrier he became, and soon the two serpents were fighting. The waves they made bothered the fish and the animals of the sea, and the terrible noises they made day and night kept the animals and the birds on the land from sleeping. After nearly a week of this, the animals, birds, and fish asked the god Indra to help them. They said, "Indra, you must make the serpents stop fighting. Day and night for nearly a week they have been fighting. If they are not stopped, we shall all die." Indra was very sorry when he heard this, for he loved the serpents, but he also loved the other animals, and he knew he had to help them. He told the fish, "I am going to change this part of the world. You will have to swim out of the sea into the ocean, for in a day there will be no sea here." Then Indra went to the place in the sea where the serpents were fighting, and he said, "Stop fighting. You have caused so much destruction that you must leave the sea. Pinta Yanokwati, you must go to the northwest until you come to another sea. Thana Moon, you must go to the southeast until you come to another sea." As the serpents began to leave, Indra caused the sea to dry up. As Pinta Yanokwati went to the northwest, his enormous body left a mark on the soft, wet earth. As Thana Moon went to the southeast, he too left a mark behind him. The mark made by Pinta Yanokwati became the Ping River. That made by Thana Moon became the Moon River. Both of these rivers are in Thailand today. No one ever saw or heard of these two serpents again, and most people believe that they died of hunger. No one living in Thailand today knows for sure what happened, but they are very thankful for the rivers made by the fleeing serpents.